Good morning and welcome back. Today we are going to continue with 10.3, finding the areas of regular polygons. Now notice up here it does say day 2, so if you haven't watched yesterday's lesson from, let's say the 26th, go ahead, go back, watch that video. So go to It's Learning, find yesterday's video and watch it first. Okay, you got to do the first lesson or else today won't make sense. So remember yesterday we had the formula to find the area of a regular polygon. And this area was going to equal 1/2 times A, with that A being the apothem, and times P, which is the perimeter. Okay, remember the apothem is a straight line from the center to the edge forming a 90-degree angle. It goes to the center of that edge of each side. Okay, the perimeter is the distance around the edge. Okay, now yesterday we always had the apothem. Sometimes when we are missing the apothem, okay, we will have to solve it differently, but we can solve it using SOHCAHTOA. Okay, so hopefully you remember back SOHCAHTOA. Remember, we kind of yelled it, tried to remember it, tried to drill that into our head. SOHCAHTOA. Okay, SOHCAHTOA. So you're doing this work on SOHCAHTOA. Okay, SOHCAHTOA stands for sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So if we look here, we have this problem. We want to find the area of this hexagon. It's a regular hexagon. So we know each side is the same, each interior angle is the same, and we know the side length is 12, so this, and this are also 12. Now yesterday when we did it, we had the apothem. I don't have an apothem. However, keep in mind, we can still solve it. So step 1, use the center of the polygon, draw a radius and an apothem to make a triangle. Okay, so if we think about it, if we use the center here, I'm going to draw the radius here, the apothem. So the one to the corner is the radius, the one to the apothem, or one to the side forming the right angles, that's the apothem. Okay, now if I was to make that zoomed in so we could see it better, I want to know what the apothem is. If I know the apothem, I can solve this problem. Now, in terms of what this side is right here, hopefully you realize the apothem has to go to the middle. So this is half of the side length. The side length is 12. 12 divided by 2, we know this is 6. Okay. Now, step 2, we need to find the angle measure of one of the central angles. Now, still a hexagon. I'm going to look at this hexagon down here and examine this. If we think about it, if we would draw these lines through it, we are going to find that they all intersect in the middle. Okay. Now we have a central angle is in this area. So let me zoom in here. So our central angle, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you think about it, if I circle around here, those 6, I'm making a circle. Every circle we know is 360. So we know those central angles have to be 360, kind of like our exterior angles before. So our central angle is 360. However, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. So on this one, we'll do 360 divided by the number of sides, which is 6. That'll give us 60 degrees. And that would be what this is. Also, what right here is, what right here, what right here, what right here, what right here. So 60 degrees. So once again, the way we find that, it's always 360 divided by whatever n is. Now notice, step 3, we have to divide that central angle by 2. The reason why this central angle here is 60, but notice the triangle we formed when we drew our apothem, it's one side, it's only half of that. So 60 divided by 2 gives us 30. Okay, so we go up here and we know if we take that 60, so once again to get that we took 360 divided by the number of sides, which was 6 sides. That gave us 60. Now we take that 60 divided by 2. That will tell us 30 degrees. Okay, that 30 degrees goes right there. Okay, now, in order to solve this, we can use SOHCAHTOA. So keep in mind, I switched to red ink here to put my labels. Adjacent means next to, so the X is next to that angle. O stands for opposite, the opposite side. So 6 is opposite. So we have an O and an A. Hopefully you remember, but if not, SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. We are going to use, with an O and an A, the tangent, TOA. So to solve this, we do the tangent of 30 degrees, that's our angle there, divided by 1, equals, now it's TOA, O over A, so 6 over X. Now to solve this, so we use triangles and trigonometry to find the lengths of the apothem. So this is step 4, this is what we're doing. We're going to have to cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we would get tangent of 30 times X, that will equal 1 times 6, which is 6, divide by a tangent of 30. This will cancel, this will cancel. Okay, to find what X is, we go 6 divided by tangent of 30. So I don't expect you to do this in your head, right? We don't know the tangents, we don't have them memorized. So go to desmos.com/scientific, 6 divided by tangent of 30. Okay, hit enter, and you'll see 10.39230485. We don't want all that. Let's round 2 decimal places. So 10.39, we go 1 past 2. That's less than 5, so we round down. So 10.39. That'll be our apothem. So X equals 10.39. So now, the final step, step 5. Find the area of the regular polygon. So a reminder, yesterday we worked on this. Our area equals 1/2 times A times P. We just found that A was 10.39. Now P is our perimeter. Perimeter, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides of a length of 12 inches. So 6 times 12, 72. Now all we got to do is multiply all this together. So 1/2 or 0.5 times 10.39 times 72. We hit enter, and as you can see, 374.04. Once again, let's round to 2 decimal places. However, this one only goes to 2, so we are good. 374.04. Notice up here it was inches, so our answer technically should be inches squared. We want to be as precise as possible with our labels. All right. So 5 steps to go through. Let's try another one. So if we look on the back here, this time we're doing the same thing. We're dealing with a triangle. Okay, so if we think about it, if I put a dot in the center, I draw the radius and the apothem, I can figure out. So once again, I'm going to sketch this triangle that we have there. And we want to know what the apothem is. If we think about it, half the side length, so 20 divided by 2, this will be 10 down here. So once again, we have, well, first let's find our angle. So as we said, this central angle, it's always 360 divided by how many sides? So in our case here, 360 divided by 3. That will give us 120. However, that would be this whole side central angle. We only are using half of it, so we divide it by 2. We get 60 degrees. Okay, so 60 degrees right here. And now we look, and we're trying to find the sides. This X, the apothem, is adjacent, and the 10 is opposite. So once again, TOA, tangent of 60 over 1 equals TOA, so 10 over X. We cross multiply, we'll get 1 times 10 is 10, tangent of 60 times X. Okay, we divide by tangent of 60, so we will have to do 10 divided by the tangent of 60. If you need to write it out, you can. I'm going to kind of skip a step. So what will X equal? What will the apothem be? So 10 divided by tangent of 60. We hit enter, 5.7735029692. Once again, 2 decimal places. So 5.773 Take that 3, we round down, so 5.77. Okay. Now, that is what x equals, or our apothem. Now all we have to do is find the area, which remember is 1/2 times the apothem times p. So 1/2 times 5.77 times whatever the perimeter is. We have 3 sides. They're each 20 in length. 3 times 20 gives us 60. Okay, so 0.5 times 5.77 times 60. And after we do this, we get 173.1. And notice our answer will be centimeters squared, because over here it was in centimeters. All right, on to the next one. Let me clean this up a little. So I got to get those out of there. But keep in mind, it's still going to be very similar. So actually, I can leave that because it will be the same shape, 360 divided by 6. There are 6 sides here, so that will be a starting point. Once again, we're going to start off. You start in the center. You draw the radius, draw the apothem. If I would zoom in on that, I don't know what the apothem is. I know this 8.6 divided by 2 is 4.3. So 360 divided by 6, there were 6 sides. The central angle is always 360 total. We know they're equal because it's a regular polygon. So we get 60 each, but we only have half of it. So 60 divided by 2 will give us 30. I'm going to put that there. So once again, the tangent of 30 equals TOA. So we got to label these. It's going to be O over A. So 4.3 over X. And we solve this, we're actually going to do 4.3 divided by tangent of 30. So we solve that, 7.447. The 7 causes us to round up, so 7.45. That's our apothem. So now all we have to do is A equals 1/2 times A times P. 1/2 times 7.45. Now to find your perimeter, there's 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one's 8.6. So we do 6 times 8.6. We get 51.6 as our perimeter. Okay, we're almost done. Just multiply that. So 0.5 times 7.45 times, what did we say? We just said 51.6. And we get 192.21. Look for your label. It's feet. So 192.21 feet squared. All right. I'm going to do one final problem with you, and then you guys can work on the It's Learning. So once again, start making mark your center, draw your apothem, your radius. Now if we zoom in on that triangle, I know this side's 1.5. I don't know what the apothem is. I took 3 divided by 2 to get that 1.5. Now remember, it's always 360 for the interior. Let's divide it by the 5 sides. So 360 divided by 5. Let's see, what does that give us? 72. Okay, now that would be if we wanted this whole central angle, we got to divide it by 2 because we're only using half of it. So we'll get 36 degrees. All right, at this point now, if we mark these, still O, still A, I'm going to use tangent again. So tangent of 36, you might notice if we do it this method, it'll always be tangent, okay? And it's always going to have the x on the bottom. Now we cross multiply, x will equal 1.5 divided by the tangent of 36. We'll get 2.064, causes us to round down, so 2.06. From here, almost done. A equals 1/2 times A times P. 1/2 times that 2.06 is our apothem. Our perimeter, we got 5 sides. They're each 3, so 5 times 3 is 15. So 1/2 times 2.06 times 15. So 0.5 times 2.06 times 15, and we get 15.45. Then we take our labels, so yards, and go ahead and square it. So that's all I have for today. If you need any help, please let me know. Please do the assignment on It's Learning. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.